Hey boys, we're back today with some more Mortal Shell lore, and today I wanted to talk about the Dark Father and the Dream, as the Dark Father himself could be an antagonist or just one of the reasons you start your journey in Mortal Shell. And we'll be dissecting some of the lore that was uncovered from the beta, some lore that was released in the trailers that actually reveal a lot of this fact. But the first piece of lore that set me on this, breakdown and theory crafting of why we have our journey in Mortal Shell is this one from the beta. The dreamer's mantra. Below darkness, the night fish swims, awaiting a feast of dreams. Pray the beast is hungry, or you shall slumber without end. This raises an interesting question of the night fish itself and the concept of the dream. Because if the night fish isn't hungry and doesn't devour you, you don't wake up from this dream or the slumber that you were in. And that creates a relative connection to something that Sister Janessa says in the Mortal Shell release date trailer. She says this, which draws a parallel to the concept of the dream.
You've awakened him, but you know nothing of him yet.
This also creates another interesting parallel because the Dark Father is the one that asks you to bring the glands back to him in the Mortal Shell announcement trailer.
Bring the glands back to me.
These aren't the only interesting parallels that are related to the concept of the dream. There's other pieces of lore in Mortal Shell, just the beta, that relate to the concept of the dream, as well as the Dark Father, or the Father, as he's called. One such being is the Witness's missive. I did not know this stranger, but I was certain I'd glimpsed him in dreams. I hid, watching from afar as the Ovids knelt before him. Each in turn he dispatched with a blade of frosted iron. They slumped and fell over, but upon his call they rose back up. The first to die seized the blade, as if it had all been preordained. The next piece of lore that correlates to the concept of the dream is the letter. He summoned me to his tower, showed me things I'd rather forget. I can't explain why he chose me, but he said there's a way to heal this affliction. So don't think I'm running off. He knew all about you, too. We'll see each other again, believe me. Somehow, it's as if I witnessed my entire life transpire in the blink of an eye. I know what it sounds like, but it's true. Through this, we can infer that the Dark Father is able to influence people or things through the concept of the dream. The person in the letter describes that he feels as if his entire life has transpired right before his eyes, and that the person he's talking to, that the Dark Father knew about him too, which shows that the power and the concept of the dream is extremely powerful and allows the Dark Father to access things outside of the scope of just one person or thing, maybe even influence time itself. Another interesting piece of lore that ties into the concept of the dream is from Haros the Vassal, one of the shells you play as within the game. He kills someone, believing this person to be a spy because he knows too much about him, things that Haros probably hasn't told or revealed to anyone. Just from these pieces of lore all tying together to the concept of the dream and the Dark Father's influence, there's one final piece of lore that's basically a piece of dialogue that ties it together and maybe gives us an idea of what glimpses are themselves. If you talk to Sister Janessa when you aren't within your Mortal Shell, she says this.
You're unadorned, foundling, as naked as a newborn, and just as fragile, in a sense. Solitary, same as I, as are the revered, no matter their following. Unlike the devout, unlike any living thing. When you find a mortal shell, shepherd them to me. Together we will find glimpses of what makes them human.
This basically clarifies a lot for us because basically this reveals that the glimpses are the memories of these people that they were alive, and we consume them to see what their memories were or what made them human. And this shows a lot from the concept of the dream, that these people that talk about the Dark Father are these people just experiencing the glimpses of others, the memories and things that made other people human. This is why they have these revelations and have these feelings of that they experienced their own life, or that the Dark Father was able to know about them before. Did he devour their glimpses? Did he consume them? In the world of Mortal Shell, you don't see any living humans. Everything is dead or some type of grotesque creature. The only thing actually living are the animals and creatures that wander about the world. So it begs the question of, what is the dream? Is it the glimpses, the memories of the humans of the world that was? Is that the dream? Or the waking nightmare full of undead creatures roaming about? Is that the real world, or is that the dream? But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Mortal Shell comes out in about 4 days, and hopefully we'll get a lot more lore and we can finally clarify, and I have tons of more videos for you guys. But leave a like, let the algorithm beat the algorithm for me, and I'll talk to you guys like next time.